Hello and welcome to another session of Amity University Online for SKILLIFY. So, my name is Professor Neha Tandon. It's been 9 years since I'm imparting skills to management students for their smooth professional life. Today, also, I have got a new skill for you for having a good career, but this skill is sometimes ignored. That is negotiation skill. How do you negotiate with people for your salary, or how do you negotiate for a certain contract? So let's just start today and see what are professional negotiations. So, what is a professional negotiation? How do we do it, and how is it different from our normal negotiations? See, normal negotiations start since you were a child. You negotiated with your parents for your toys. But in professional negotiation, you are going to start negotiating for contracts, for salaries, for hike, for appraisal, and many such things. So we are going to have this skill for critical professional word, and it involves resolving differences, reaching agreements, and managing conflicts. It is essential for achieving successful outcomes in business deals, contracts, partnerships, and other professional situations. You might be amazed to know that there are professional negotiators in corporates. There are certain people who are hired for this purpose. This skill is so critical that it is required for breakthrough negotiations, breakthrough contracts in many companies. What is benefit of effective negotiation? It builds and maintains relationship. So at any point of time when there is going to be conflict between you and another party, then having negotiations can help maintain good relationships. It helps to achieve mutually beneficial outcomes, like it is also known as win-win situation for both the parties. It enhances problem solving skills. You brainstorm with each other. You are having social connection with someone when you are doing negotiations. It is completely non mechanized. So do not worry. If you know negotiations, you will never be replaced by AI. It increases confidence and credibility. So once you have learned the skill of negotiations, your credibility in your organization shall also increase. It improves communication and persuasion abilities. Generates win-win situation for sure. What are the key principles? Let's see. First of all, preparation. Preparing before negotiation is to be done. How it is to be done? By studying the other party, by studying the foreground and the background, by studying what are your strengths, on which grounds you are going to do negotiations. For example, for salary negotiations, you must be knowing that what is your demand and what are the skills you carry on which you can do the negotiation. Active listening. Negotiation is more about listening rather than speaking. Flexibility. That means you are not rigid. In business, relations are maintained only when you maintain flexibility. Being rigid in businesses, it means that relationship is not going to continue in long run. It will definitely end in short term. Effective communication. Listening to someone, then replying to them, addressing their concerns, and then giving feedback. All this thing is comprised in effective communication, which is very much important for negotiations. A person who is not good at communication can never be good at negotiations. Negotiation styles. So it always depends upon you which style do you choose. First one, and my most favorite one, is collaborative. That means you are coming with someone and you want a solution to be there. And for that solution, you are ready to let some of your benefit forego and also make the other person realize that if you would also forego your benefit, we would both be in win-win situation. For this, there need to be good relationships between two people, and a personal human touch is always required in these type of negotiation. Next is competitive. When there is power play, then there is competitive negotiation. For example, both the parties have got their USPs and they have got some power in negotiation due to which they can influence the results. Then there are competitive negotiations. Next is compromising. Compromising situation is when one of the parties is ready to let go more of their benefit. Okay, so you just need to check that where do you stand in this negotiation, what are the factors that influence you. If doing the negotiation is your priority, then you have to be in compromising situation. Avoiding. So avoiding is something that you are avoiding delay in negotiation. You are just there to make the negotiation done in least possible time. Okay, so you are not delaying it at any cost. Maybe you will have to forego your benefit, but you are not going to delay it. There are certain emergency situations in business in which avoiding could be the best strategy. Next, we see strategies for successful negotiations. First, set clear and realistic goals. Your goals must be completely clear. That means this is the maximum I can adjust. This is the maximum benefit I can let go. This is the maximum loss that I can bear in this negotiation. All these things have to be very much clear beforehand, because you would not get time to understand how much should I negotiate. So this should be paraphrased at how much I can negotiate. Understand the other party. Read between the lines. Try to understand from their body language that how much they are ready to negotiate with you. Build relationships. So as I told you, to have collaborative negotiation in which you will be in win-win situation, you need to have good relations. Use effective communication, not shouting in negotiations, and putting good points which would turn the tables on your side. Be adaptable, that is, being flexible, as I told you. Find common ground, okay? Do not beat around the bush. Be specific that this is what we are negotiating for, and keep your priorities very, very clear. Use creative problem solving. So, this is something out of the box thinking that you should adopt in your life as well, that you should use creative problem solving techniques. There could be challenges in negotiation for sure, because this is a social process. So, some common challenges in negotiations. First, communication barriers or misunderstanding. This could also be sensed in our everyday communication, that sometimes we do not listen to communicate, we only listen to counter and give reply to it. So, just listen carefully to the other person. Emotional responses and conflict. So as I told you, you must have seen in negotiations that take place on the television that people start screaming. They sometimes use words that are not acceptable to other person. They sometimes try to overpower the situation. So never try to overpower the situation or a person. Power imbalances and unequal bargaining positions. So, we already know that sometimes when there is inter-country negotiation, then the powerful one tries to subvert the spirit of the less powerful one. This can happen in your negotiations as well. Deadlock or impasse. So, this is the biggest problem, that sometimes a deadlock is created when both the parties are not ready to listen to each other. So, this was all about professional negotiations. Hope you are able to gain something from this session and you will be able to be a good negotiator in your life. Just have good communication, and there you go. Thank you so much for listening carefully and have a wonderful day ahead. Bye bye.